Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today I have a review for you of a fragrance that has been out since March of 2009. It's quite a popular fragrance amongst fragrance collectors, fragrance enthusiasts, and it's popular for a reason. It is none other than Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit de l'Homme. It translates out, the name La Nuit de l'Homme translates out to the man of night or the man of nights. Here is the bottle. As you can see, it starts off light and it kind of goes down dark. It's a little bit hard to see. It says La Nuit de l'Homme on the front of it. The cap has YSL on the top. It pops off. Looks just like the other versions. The cap is pretty heavy. And says the actual size on the bottom, 60 milliliter, and all that good stuff on it. Now, this fragrance you can actually purchase from a variety of places, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the information down below in the information section. You can find this in, I believe, 4 different sizes: 40 milliliter, 60 milliliter, 100 milliliter, and almost 200 milliliter. The 40 milliliter is going to run you $45. The 60 milliliter is going to run you $60, and the 100 milliliter is going to run you $78. For the fourth size, you can expect to pay around $99. So as you get progressively higher in terms of volume, you get a little bit more bang for your buck. Now, those are just the the official numbers for it, but I'm pretty sure that you can probably get it a little bit cheaper, even though this is one of the more popular fragrances that is out there. Now, this was created by, and I'm going to butcher these names, Anne Filippo, Pierre Wargin, and Dominique Ropion. Those were the 3 that are credited for creating this fragrance. Now, onto the notes. The notes, I wasn't able to find a specific note listing for it, but what I did find was a specific note listing for the parfum version, which is just a higher, or should be just a higher concentrate of the original version. So I'm going to go ahead and read those notes off. If they're off, I apologize, but it's what I got to go on. So here are the notes. The top notes consist of bergamot, anise, and pepper. The mid notes consist of lavender, labdanum, fruity notes, and the base notes consist of vetiver, patchouli, and vanilla. Basically, what you get from this scent is a very contrasting scent. There are 2 kind of sides at war. There's a sweet, a feminine side that's in there, and a very masculine, woody vetiver side that's in there. When you initially spray it, I get a heavy dose of lavender and cardamom and spices that kind of jump into it. I know that technically there is no cardamom mixed in it, and it probably is maybe the anise and the pepper, but cardamom is kind of what I smell coming from it. Now, again, it has a very powdery feel as well to it. Some men may not actually appreciate having a powdery smell, almost that lavender smell to it. But at the same time, I do think that it does come off as a masculine, powdery smell, if that makes any sense. It's the vanilla. What you're going to get from that is a very subdued vanilla that makes its presence a little bit more known as the fragrance begins to dry down. You start to get more of a woodsy vanilla scent. The emasculine type part kind of comes off in the very top of the scent. Now, the bergamot is also there as well, but it's more entwined in the fragrance overall. And so it's kind of got a mix of a warring type mix. You've got some people who have said that it smells very masculine. You've got others who have said it doesn't smell masculine at all. It smells very effeminate. So depending on what your nose picks up on is really what you're going to get out of this fragrance. Overall, it's overwhelmingly positive for people who actually like it, but there are some people who do think that it comes off a little bit too feminine and a little bit too sweet. So just keep that in mind. Another popular thing is, with that contrast type war, you have some people who say it's subtle, some people who say it's overpowering. It's just all over the map in terms of what people actually get out of it. Again, depending on what you smell from this scent will determine how powerful or how strong you think this scent actually is. Now, for sprays, I generally go 2 to 3 sprays for this. One time, I usually go maybe 1 to the head and 1 on each part here, and I'm good usually. Sometimes I'll hit both wrists and get the chest maybe. You can really choose to mix and match it up. This is something that projects pretty well and has very good sillage as well. So it's something that you don't really want to over apply because it will get a little bit more cloying for you. Now for occasion, definitely a night fragrance, and I think they've answered that part very, very well. It's definitely a night fragrance, something that's good for wearing at night, for going to the club, for wearing on a date, something that you want to wear at those times. I think during the winter you can pull it off a little bit more during the day depending on what you're actually doing. I just don't like to really wear this one to work just because it has a little bit more of an alluring feel. I'm not really going for that type of a vibe when I go to the office. So for, again, season, ages, I think this is a little bit more on the mature side, but I think young adults can definitely pull this one off. So for this, I would recommend anyone 21 and up. 21 is just the number, but just, at least be in the college ranges area and up. I believe you can really pull this one off perfectly fine. For projection and sillage, I kind of covered that one as well. Now, what people thought from this fragrance, again, was pretty varied. But overall, it was very good for what people thought. The real conflicting point was that most people had was, well, I would consider this a man, but not really. But overwhelmingly, more people did consider it a male fragrance. So here's what some people thought.
Definitely masculine. Not too bad. I like that it's subtle, it's not too strong. Better than the last two, definitely. I'd give it the same ranking as the first one, like a B. Subtle, masculine, not too strong, not overwhelming. Nice.
I like this one. It kind of smells like food. I don't know. This one's alright. I don't know if I like it for a guy.
More feminine?
Actually, I do like this one. I give it a B.
Okay.
I like this one. My favorite so far. I'm gonna give it an A. It was really good. Again, subtle, but I like the scent.
As you can see, the opinions were masculine, subtle, food, powerful. So, you've got the subtle, powerful, and you had one that said, I didn't really think it was, Orna said it didn't really think that it could be for a man at one point. So you've got one person saying that's masculine, one person saying that it's a little bit more for a woman. You've got one person saying that it's subtle, one person saying that's powerful. You got, people saying that it smells like food. So it's really all over the place in terms of what you get from the fragrance. So with that, let's get into the notes. For scent, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B for scent. The scent is very pleasant. The scent is very, I think it's subtle and powerful at the same time. It gets across and projects really well, but at the same time, it's not something that's going to go and, slap somebody in the face. So it doesn't overpower other fragrances like that. It has its own. So scent, I'm going to give it a B. Very pleasant smell, can't go wrong. For projection, I'm going to give this one a B. Again, projection is pretty good for this fragrance. It goes across and it projects at least 6 feet, and people can definitely smell you off of that. So projection, it holds its own. I'm going to give it a B. For sillage, I'm also going to give this one a B. It leaves a very nice scent trail behind you that's going to last for a decent amount. So as you pass, people are going to know that you've been there. So it does have that good sillage in it. Now, for uniqueness, I'm going to give this one a B-. I think it's a very unique fragrance, but there are a good deal, I would say, not a good deal, but there are some fragrances that do remind me of this scent in a way. The way, not necessarily the specific scent, but the way that it's done, the baby powder-ish, the lavender, the spicy, masculine, yet has a little bit of a feminine touch into it. So, yeah, there are all fragrances that have done that, so it's not entirely unique, but it still is unique for that. So, uniqueness, I'm going to give it a B-. For longevity, I'm going to give this one an A-. Longevity, this one lasts. And by last, I mean it's going to last anywhere between 8 and 16 hours generally. For me, again, dark scents usually last a good amount of time on my skin. I'm pushing upward of the 16-hour mark on this one. So this is definitely going to last you all day, all night. If you want spray it inside the cuff of your shirt even so, and it'll last forever basically on your shirt. So keep that in mind when applying this fragrance. Versatility. I'm going to give this one a C plus for versatility. It's just a little above average. It's definitely a night fragrance. I pretty much wouldn't wear it for anything outside of that. You can, I wouldn't. Definitely a night fragrance, definitely a date fragrance, something you can wear like that, and something that's primarily, I would say, for the colder months. Fall and winter is when it really does shine and doesn't really get that cloying or anything like that. So yes, versatility, I'm going to give this one a C plus. For compliments, I'm going to give this one an A minus. This one is definitely a compliment getter and will definitely get you noticed as you wear it. It's a very nice, a very pleasant smell. The only thing that I would caution against if you're wearing this for compliments is try and match your personality to it. If you can pull off the metro, the little bit of the effeminate type, vibe, go ahead and wear it. But if you're a man's man, or anything like that, this might not be the fragrance for you because of that effeminate twinge to it. So keep that in mind. And for the overall rating, I'm going to go ahead and give this a B+. It's a very solid fragrance. If you're on the lookout for a fragrance that you can wear at night, check this one out. If you're looking for a date fragrance, check this one out. If you're looking for an overall fragrance that you can wear everywhere, anything like that, I would probably pass on this one. But overall, it is a very, very good scent. Lasts a long time. Females love this scent. Guys love this scent. Pretty much the gamut loves this scent, and if you can pull it off, it's definitely for you. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, leave me a message, send me a message, do whatever you gotta do. I always answer. Sometimes I take a little bit longer getting back, but I'll do what I can. So have a great day, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.